Hi my stunner babes, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Stacy. Nice to meet you. Of course, if you're not new and you're returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so very much for always supporting me. Now guys, we have a video today and I'm super excited, but before we get into that, I just want to quickly apologize for my absence for the past 2 weeks here on YouTube. As you guys know, as per my last video, I was celebrating my 1K subscribers, which I did promise I do have a giveaway and it is still coming. It will be at the end of this video, and the reason for that is because right after I hit 1K, your girl got down so sick. Your girl got so sick right after I hit 1K. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is this? Because I was planning to pick up momentum and record, but God said no, you need a break, and so your girl was down. So today's one of the very first day I actually can catch myself. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I still sound a little sick, but I was determined to get this video out because I know I promised you guys I'm gonna have a giveaway. Now that is gonna be at the end, but for today's topic of discussion, we will be discussing the art of releasing and receiving. So if you would like to hear this topic of discussion, please keep watching. Okay, so when it comes to me, honestly guys, I like to continue to learn. I believe that we should all be a student of life. I feel like each and every day we should get up with the intention to learn new things, expand our horizon, and just become more aware of the world that we're living in. So one thing I wanted to share with you guys is something that I have been actually practicing all my life, but you know, sometimes you learn so much, then you forget things, and then all of a sudden you just remember it again. Something trigger you remembering that thing. So that thing is the art of releasing and receiving. And I know there's been a lot of talks on the internet for the past few years about manifestation and all of these different things, and it's not new. If you really look into manifestation and what it means and all of these different things, guys, you would realize that we do it every single day, and it's also in the Bible. Now, it may not be mentioned as manifestation with those words, but if we actually really just read the Bible, understand the teachings of Christ when he was here, he said, you know, whatever you believe, you will receive. You do have to just believe it very deep. And this goes back to faith, right? When we're achieving something or we want something, first thing we do is we formulate it in our mind. We think about it. It keeps us up at night. We think about how we're going to approach it, how we're going to structure it, what we're going to do to get to that thing. And when you really think about it, it is faith. Remember, Hebrews 11 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So what that basically means is if you're looking to pursue something or you're looking to achieve something, you have to first believe in your heart that it is possible. That's the very first step, because if you're saying that it's not possible, then your reality is basically going to give you so much evidence to prove that it's not possible. That's why it's so important that you believe in yourself first, and then other people is going to believe in you. And it's not just something I've heard, it's something that I've actually proved. As I said, we practice manifestation, we practice pulling things from our minds into our reality every single day. But because there's so many information in the world these days, and we're just go, like you wake up every day and you're just on to the next thing, it's kind of hard to like realize that, hey, we are manifesting things every single day. I mean, if you want to call it something else, that's fine, but the facts still remain that it is faith, that you have to believe in something first, obviously put in the works, because the Bible also said again, faith without works is dead. So that means if you believe in something and you believe that you want something and you can achieve it, you can't just sit down and be like, oh, I'm gonna get it. And actually, I think that is one of the things where, you know, a lot of manifestation teachers stuff, they teach this. They say that you just have to believe it in your mind. You don't have to do anything at all. Like they're taking away the works from it. They believe that you can just believe it in your mind, give it time, and do nothing, and it'll pull it to you, which the Bible says no, faith without works is dead. So faith is the first part, so believing in it, right? Whatever it is that you want to achieve, believing in that thing. Let's say you want to finish school, right? You got to first believe that you can finish school, that you're capable, that you're smart, right? Second thing you have to do is you have to go to school. You actually have to wake up every day, go to school, do your assignment, do your exams, do your tests. If it is that you're applying for college or university, you have to take the step to go and apply, get into school, and then with all of that, with faith plus the works, it is possible to do, and it is possible to come into your reality. Okay, so as I was saying, manifestation in a sense is something that we do every single day without even noticing. Okay, now how does it tie into releasing and receiving? Now, yesterday I was actually cleaning my house, and I was getting rid of a lot of junk. So you know how we have a lot of old clothing, because I shop a lot, to be honest. I mean, for the past little bit I haven't been shopping that much, but really in reality I do like to shop and change up my wardrobe. Plus I am living in Canada, where the seasons, we have 4 different seasons. It's unlike the Caribbean, right? We have winter, spring, summer, fall, and for each of those seasons we do have to buy our wardrobe, or we have to wear different wardrobe to fit the seasons, right? So a lot of times, you know, we have so many clothing and shoes and bags and old things that we're just sitting on. And being the type of person that I am, honestly, I don't like clutter. I don't like clutter. Whenever I'm in clutter or I'm surrounded by a lot of things, I tend to, I don't know what it does to my brain, but I can't focus that well. Are you like this? If you're like this, comment in the comment section and let me know. There are some people, they can have a lot of stuff. Like my mom, if you go to her house, she have so much stuff. Her house is very beautiful. Okay, if you ever go to my mom's house, it's very unique, it's well put together, it's beautiful, it's festive, right? She has a lot of things in there, but everything has a place, so it's, you know, situated different places. But me, my home, if you come into my home, I have the basic things that I need. Like, I don't have extra stuff, right? You wouldn't see that. Like, you would see a lot of air, like free space in my house, and that's how I absolutely love it. And if that's your way of, you know, liking things or having things, that's completely fine, right? And if you like a lot of clutter, or just you like to own a lot of things or see a lot of things around you, nothing is wrong with that either. But the point that I'm trying to make, right, is a lot of times where wait, let me finish my last point. So yesterday I was cleaning and I was throwing out a lot of stuff. So I was throwing out you know, old shoes. They're not necessarily old, like I've worn them a few times, but because I shop so much, like I have those things just sitting there and I haven't used them years upon years, right? And I think we're all guilty of that. We all have that one closet where we have a lot of bags or shoes or jackets or sweaters and just outfits and things that we're not wearing. So yesterday I was cleaning and I throw out a lot of stuff. Usually in the springtime, I like to get rid of a lot of stuff, right? So I was cleaning one of my closet. I was throwing out a lot of my old jackets and shoes and all of these different things. And the Lord downloaded something in my spirit, and he says, this what you're doing, my daughter, is you don't even know how important it is. He said, in order for me to bless you, you have to open up your hands and release what is in your hands. And I think also, if I'm not mistaken, there's a Bible verse that actually speaks of releasing what is in your hands. I think it's associated with tithing. Yes, tithing is definitely associated with tithing, where God says, you know, I give you a job, I bless you, you take home your full pay, but 10% of that pay belongs to me, right? And it goes into my house. It goes to feed the poor, the Levites, or whatever it is. So that is a commandment that God gave us, or a command that God gave us, is to pay our tithes, and it's directly linked to our blessing. So yesterday when I was cleaning, I was reminded, and I actually heard the voice of God say, yes, this that you're doing, my daughter, is so important, and you don't know how important it is. It's called the art of releasing in order to receive. Because in order for me to bless you and bring more things into your life that you're desiring, you have to release what is in your hands. So think about it. You have all of these clothing that you're not wearing. Think about it. There's people out there that don't have a sweater, they don't have a jacket, they don't have shoes, they don't have a nice outfit. But when you go into your closet, you have so many outfits and clothes and shoes and things that you haven't used in years. And I know that we're all so guilty of this, right? So the point that I'm trying to communicate to you is that if you have stuff that you're holding on to in your life and you're praying to God for something, God is actually waiting on you. And this is something that he said that I actually heard him audibly say this to me. My daughter, this is an act that is so important, and you're gonna see by you releasing these things. Because think about it, when I usually like to send home a lot of my gently used stuff for my family, because I have a family in the Caribbean that, they're less fortunate, so they could use it. So sometimes I would send them home, or other times I would donate them. But think about it, you releasing that sweater or that shoes or that bag, right, may seem like a simple act, but the person that use it, the next person that use it, it is such a gift to them. Because remember, I said there's people in the world that they're not as fortunate as you. They're not as, well, I shouldn't say blessed, because God bless us all, but they're not as fortunate as you to have these things that you have. And this is why it's so important for us to release, especially when we have a lot, rather than holding on them. If you have stuff around your house, look at them, do your spring cleaning, say, have I used this in the past year or two? And if the answer is no, then you need to release it, because this is how you're going to bring blessing into your life. You need to release what is in your hand so that God can put and replace other things with it. And this applies to so many things and so many parts of our life. So many parts of our life, guys. Like, for example, the clothing, the cleaning that I was doing. Okay, if I want new things, I need to make space for these things to come, because then if I have these old things in my house and I buy new things, where's the space for me to put them? It's just going to be clutter and confusion. And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, that when somewhere is cluttered or too much and they have too much old things around, like, you can't focus, you can't move as freely as you would like to. Wind can't blow in as freely. So we need to definitely free up space. This can apply to relationship, and I'm even speaking to myself too. If you find yourself in a relationship for too long and things aren't going the way that you want it to go, or you're not happy and you have the ability to release that, if you just so really want love, let's say you want to get married, right, but you're in a relationship and you're not sure what things are going, and you're not married as yet, and you feel like your partner love you but not as much as they could, but deep down in your heart that you desire marriage. It's a hard decision that we all have to make. And as I said, I'm speaking to myself as well, right? Because I feel like we've all been there. A lot of times we want love, but I don't know if it's fear or whatever it is, or we want marriage. We hold on to something that is less than what we want, and we tend to settle for that. But in order for you to receive that thing that you desire, you actually have to release what's not working or what you're not using anymore, what isn't of use to you anymore. So you release that so that God, you're making space for God to pour in what you actually want and what you deserve in your life, right? And as I said, this can apply to anything. Let's say you've been heartbroken, right? You've dealt with a hard relationship, and you're heartbroken. Or it doesn't even have to be relationship, it could be like your upbringing. It could be that you've had like a really difficult upbringing, and there's so many hurts and trauma and emotions that you're still holding on to. You need to release that in order to be free and for God to give you peace. You need to release that. You need to do the healing, do the work, whatever it is that you need to do to release that, so that God can send you peace. He can send you contentment. He can send you joy. He can send you happiness, right? Because a lot of times we try to hold on to these things and we're just like, oh my God, why am I so sad? Why is it everybody else is happy but I'm not? Like, what's going on? It's because both of them can't coexist really. And even if they do, it won't be lasting. You know what I mean? So you need to release that. Whatever it is that you're not using or whatever is not of use to you, you release it. And this is something that God dropped in my spirit. It's so funny. Yesterday when he dropped it in my spirit, I had to sit down and I thought about it, and I was reminded of when I was working in the bank. A lot of you guys know that I was a banking professional for about almost 10 years. And I used to be at my job, and don't get me wrong, there was a point where I absolutely loved that job, right? But after a while, it became like a job, right? Where I had to clock in every day. I didn't have that much time. It was stressful. And I used to sit in my office and I used to daydream about having my own business and doing my own thing and creating financial freedom and just time for myself, right? I used to daydream about this. But for some reason, I was scared. And so I used to pray about it, and it so happened situation turned in such a way where that job is no more for me, and I had to make peace with that, and I had to release that. Even though the way things happen, it wasn't the way I envisioned, and it wasn't ideal. But once I made peace with the fact that, you know what, I'm no longer there, this is my reality now, that is when God made it possible for me to have my own business. So I actually had to release that in order for me to have my business. Because think about it, as much as I really wanted to have my own business, if I had my 9 to 5 still, and I let's say I was able to open this business, right? It would have been such a struggle, I'm telling you, because I literally had 2 days off a week. 1 day off, I had other things to do because, you know, I have a whole life. I'm a mom and all of that. And then Sundays, which is a day that I really don't work, I worship. So those was the only 2 days I had free, really. So there was no space for me to have this business. So God had to rearrange things and cause that job to go sour or south, for me to have the space and the capacity to actually have a business, right? And I'm so happy, you know, things could be so much better. Listen, my business is not where I want it to be, but I feel at peace. Like, I am happy that I can make as much money as I want. I have my time. Like, if my son needs me or a family member need me, I don't have to clock in. Like, I don't have to ask a boss to give me time, for them to give me the stink face or give me excuses as to why I can. So that's something that I created. And obviously it can be better. Everything in life can be better, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with what we have. But the point is, whatever it is that you're asking for, you're praying about, you definitely need to look within yourself, look within your life, and see where you can free up space, what you need to release, what you need to let go, in order for God to make room for you to receive that blessing that he has for you. A lot of times, as we know, the Bible say, whenever you ask God for something, he answers, and his answer is yes and amen, right? So whatever you're praying for, God has already answered. He's already answered and said, yes, my daughter, yes, my son, I have this blessing for you, but I'm waiting for you to do what you need to do. Because a lot of our blessings from God is conditional, right? It's conditional to us doing this, and then God would do that. It's the same with the tithe. God say 10% belongs to me, and the 90% that you have, watch me multiply it. And this is something that I have proven, guys. Big blessings when you pay your tithes. When you go into church and you're paying your tithes, I know sometimes it hurts. A lot of people say, you know what, I'm not even making that much or whatever. But that's when you trust God. You get 100% of your pay, even though it's so hard to do. God is going to honor your sacrifice, and he is definitely going to multiply that 90% that you choose to keep and the 10% that you give to him. He's going to honor that. And God never lie. He can't lie. He don't lie. He won't lie. So definitely try it. I have proven it, and it's worked. God has come through every single time. Okay, so I just want to leave this with you guys. I hope you're blessed by this video. And now we're gonna go into something super excited, guys. We are gonna have our giveaway. Now, when I announced that I'm gonna have this giveaway, I did say, yes, I'm gonna give away 1 card, but I've later on changed it to 2, only so that I'm fair. I noticed that a lot of people that entered and comment, they didn't do all 3 things. So the 3 things, I'm gonna go over them. The first one, you had to subscribe to my channel. Second, you had to follow me on Instagram, right, which I did leave my information. And the third thing was to comment like a heart emoji or whatever in the comment section. And I noticed a lot of people did 1 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 3. So to be fair, I had to end up splitting it to 2 gift cards, just so that I'm fair for the people that I know for sure they're following me, they've subscribed, and they're always riding with me. And then for the new people as well, I wanted to give a chance to win, because you're all supporters, even though sometimes a lot of you guys don't listen. It's completely fine. It's all love, okay? But we're gonna start with my day ones. That is people who has always subscribed, they always comment, and all of these different things. I wanted to give them a chance, at least for somebody from that bunch, to win. So I know this is a little bit ghetto, but guys, we're gonna be using this cup today, and we're gonna be shaking it, and we're gonna be picking out 1 winner. So let me just look away. I'm gonna look away right now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let me pick out 1. You see, is that 1? Okay, yes, that is 1. So let's see who is our very first winner. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Oh my god, I'm so excited, so excited. Okay. Okay, so this winner is Extra Honey. So Extra Honey is my one a YouTuber in St. Vincent. Such a sweet girl. I'm super excited that you won. I will be contacting you to get your gift card, and congratulations again, my dear. Congratulations. You will be getting a gift card. All right. So let's throw out those ones. All right, and then we're gonna put in my newbies. All right, so this is the name of all the newbies. All right, we're gonna be shaking that up, shaking, and we're gonna be picking out a newbie to win. Okay, so let's go. So I have the name here. Let's see who that is. All right, so we have OT Song, and Extra Honey are our 2 Amazon gift card winners. So guys, congratulations. Thank you for always supporting me. I definitely will be reaching out to you guys to give you your gift card. And here on this channel, we love to give away stuff. So there's gonna be more celebration in the future. And if you didn't win, it's okay. You're gonna get a chance to win in the future. But if you made it to the end of the video, I really do appreciate you. Make sure you give a nice big thumbs up. Comment in the comment section if you're new. Let me know where you're watching me from. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye.